Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first video. My name is Jeanel and today I'm going to be showing you guys a full face of Morphe products. I'm honestly surprised at how much I actually loved the products. I haven't tried out a lot of these, so I did kind of my first impressions, and the only Morphe products that I didn't use were the lashes, the foundation, and the blush. Aside from that, everything else was Morphe, from the primers to the eyelid primers to the lip gloss and everything in between. If you want to see what products I use and how I feel about them, just keep on watching. So first we're going to start off with the Morphe brow cream. I only use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and a lot of people say that this is just as creamy and it doesn't dry out as fast as the other one does. So I'm excited for this one. So it looks like this. At first this is not as like creamy as the Anastasia one. It's not picking up as much and I'm just barely tapping it. If you use the Anastasia one, you know that you have to go in with a very light hand. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my brows off camera just because I didn't want to be here all day because I know it would have taken a while. So this product is actually really good, especially for being $6. I feel like if you're somebody who wants to try getting into pomades or someone who just enjoys pomades, I feel like this would be a really good one. I feel like it doesn't look any different as if I were to do my brows with the dip brow. The pigment of this is there. I feel like with the Anastasia you get kind of like a creamy finish. With this one I feel like you get more of like a powdery finish. This is probably one of the only brow pomades I feel like that I would purchase out myself and start incorporating into my makeup routine. So Morphe has an eyelid primer that I'm going to be using today. It is in the shade Translucent. On the website it claims that this is long wearing, waterproof, it goes on silky smooth, dries down sheer, and it's long lasting up to 12 hours. We're gonna go see how that works or how that holds up to the claim. It looks like that. It's kind of like a beige color. I'm just gonna put that all over my eyelids. If you're familiar with the Benefit Professional, I feel like this has the same consistency of that one. So my eyelids do tend to get a little bit dry, but I feel like after applying this, it actually made it really silky and really smooth. While I wait for that to settle in a little bit, I do want to prime the face. I found 3 different primers that Morphe had, and this is the Priming Beauty Oil. And then they came out with the foundation primer in the Equalizer and the Revitalizer. I thought I would get both of them just because my face is really dry on my cheeks, but then my T-zone gets really oily. So for the primer oil, it says that it has avocado, sunflower, apricot oils plus vitamin E that locks in moisture. It's lightweight, fast absorbing. So I think I want to apply this to half of my face and then use the other 2 on the other half of my face just to see the difference and how the foundation lays on top of it. So this is what the primer oil looks like. It's in this glass bottle, which I really like, and it has this little dropper. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do it on this side of the face right here. It honestly feels like any normal like facial oil. It's making my skin feel really soft. So right here on the bottom of my cheeks, right now they're really dry, but this priming oil, you can't even feel the dryness underneath. I think this feels so nice. So for the Equalizer, it says that it blurs and softens imperfections, instantly makes skin feel smooth, free of oils and parabens, and this one is good for normal to oily skin. So I'll be putting this one in the T-zone. It's like this clear jelly. This one kind of has like a similar feel to it as the Smashbox Photo Finish, but I feel like this one is a little bit more thinner. Put this in my T-zone where I get oily. It kind of smells like baby powder, which I'm not mad about. Baby powder smells so nice and fresh. For the Revitalizer, it says it does the same things, blurs and softens imperfections, makes the skin feel moisturized, and this one is good for normal to dry skin. So this is what I'm going to be putting on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose right here. So this one kind of has the same consistency as the Too Faced Hangover Primer, which is what I normally use as well. I feel like this one is a little less thick, but it honestly does feel really moisturizing. Again, underneath the primer, I cannot feel where my cheeks usually are dry. I know with the other primers I use, it'll start feeling a little bit more dry. However, I feel like with this one, it's just very moisturizing. So now that the eyelid primer had time to kind of settle in and sit on the eyelids, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. When this first came out, I was just getting into eyeshadow, and that's when all the reviews were coming out saying how there were inconsistencies with the formula. I used it. I didn't really see a problem with it. So I wanted to try it out again today. I haven't used it in, I want to say like a year or so. I honestly personally don't think that these are going to be that bad. For today, I think I'm going to be using the Ring the Alarm palette. This one has more of like the reds and the orange tones. So I think I'm going to go in with this one because my nails are red and my shirt's red. I'm not going to do anything too crazy on the eyes just because I kind of want to see how the formula is. And I kind of want to focus more on the complexion side of the Morphe products that I bought. So I'm going to be taking this color Rush right now and put it all over the lid. I mean, so far I'm not really seeing any patchiness. And my eyelids kind of are on the drier side right now, so I will kind of know in certain areas if it's just my eyelids or if it's the shadow themselves. So far I'm not really seeing any inconsistencies with the formula. It's applying really nice. So I'm going to be taking Mugshot next. This is a more like burnt dark orange. And then I'm just going to put that closer to the inner part of my eyelid to kind of deepen up the crease. So this is definitely doing something. I feel like this, it's not that pigmented when you first apply it, but I do feel like it is building up really nicely. So it is buildable. You kind of just have to work with it a little bit, which is not like a problem for me personally. But if you're someone who just likes to get their eyeshadow on and done, you know, you might just have to put in a little bit extra time to do this. So I'm going to be taking the brush that we use for Rush, kind of just tapping it in there, just to blend the lighter one and the darker one together. I'm going to go in to Secret right here. It's kind of like a dark, like warm brown, and I'm just going to deepen up the crease just a little bit more, just to get it the darkness that I want it. Now I'm going to be cutting like half of the crease. This is the Morphe Pure White Concealer. Somebody told me that this was really good for making the shadows pop when you cut the crease. And then don't worry if the outside of the cut crease kind of looks a little bit sloppy, because you can always go back in with eyeshadow and clean it up. Now that the crease is cut, I'm going to go into Bomb Ass and put that wherever I put the concealer. Okay, so now that I did the eyes, I'm just gonna pop some lashes on because I don't have any Morphe lashes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so although these lashes aren't Morphe, this is my favorite affordable / Ardell false lashes. It is the Ardell 3D Faux Mink in the style A53. I love these ones just because it looks good with any eye makeup. It's like in the middle between natural and dramatic. That's why I really like them. They have some good length to them too. So moving on to the face, I couldn't find the Morphe foundation because they discontinued it in store, or at least at Ulta. So I'm gonna use the L'Oreal 24-hour Fresh Wear foundation. I love the finish of this one. It just makes my skin look so satin and so smooth. I know this one's a good one, so we can see how the other face makeup applies on top of this. What I really love about this foundation too is that the coverage is just there. I honestly might like this foundation better than the Lancome one that I use. For concealer, I don't know if they decreased their shade range like on the Morphe website and Morphe stores, but I do know at Ulta they did decrease the shade range. So hopefully this one is my match, because the other shade was not the right undertone, but this was the closest that I could get. I work at Ulta, and whenever somebody needed a color match in this, I loved the consistency of this one. People say that it was pretty similar to the Smashbox one, and I feel like that's a very good comparison. It does have the same consistency as it, and also the coverage on this one is so good. Okay, so now that I put concealer in all the areas that I need to, I'm going to take the Morphe translucent powder. I haven't really heard anything about this one, but we're gonna go ahead and see how it holds up on the face. They have other shades too, like banana. They have like a deep color. I picked translucent just because I always use translucent. So I'm just gonna take some on the cap. You know what? I'm right-handed. Let me do it with my right hand. But I really like this concealer. It honestly does not make my under eyes look that creased. And then when I set it with the powder, it looks even less creased. This translucent powder is doing a really good job at sitting inside the fine lines so that you can't really tell that it's creasing. I actually really like this setting powder. So I'm going to apply a little bit more on the areas that I do know crease, like right over here on my nose. And I'm just going to apply some translucent powder to the areas where my face get oily the most. And then in the middle of my forehead on my T-zone. And then just taking whatever's left over onto the cheeks. Wow, I really love this translucent powder. I didn't think I was going to, but this is not even drying. Like, I can put it on my dry spots and it does not cling onto them. So I purchased the 8H. This is a hi-fi sculpt and shimmer, so it has contour, bronzer, and highlight all in this one palette. I know this one's not new, but I don't really hear too many people talking about it, so I wanted to try it out for myself. Especially because if all of these are good, you won't have to purchase like individual bronzer and highlight and things like that. This one is like the medium to darker skin tones. I do know that they have one for more fair skin tones. So I'm going to be dipping into the shade Donut right here, and I'm going to use this one to contour. Okay, so my camera died, so I just did the rest of like contouring and kind of the buffering, because I did notice that because the natural light and my little vanity light, it kind of washed away, so it kind of looked lighter than it was. So I kind of took the time when my camera died to kind of buff it out and kind of just finish like I did my jawline. Overall, this contour palette is really nice so far. I've only used the contour shades, and I'm pretty sure you can use the other ones for bronzing as well. But I did purchase the Morphe Glamabronze in the shade Originator. I know that they came out with like a summer collection and the bronzer was supposedly really good and really buttery. I unfortunately did not get the chance to purchase it. This looks so similar to it, so I hope it's kind of the same formula. So we're not going to be using the H8 for the bronzing. We're going to be using this one. So this is the shade. I felt like the other ones were too dark for me, or the lighter one I think wasn't the right undertone. This applies so nicely, and from what I can see like in the pan when I'm like tapping it, it does look really like buttery. This is really pretty. Because I put a little too much contour, I think that's all I'm going to do with the bronzer. I just kind of wanted to see how the formula was. I actually really like this formula, and I will try it again without doing the contour first on a day where I'm just going to wear some bronzer. So I'll let you guys know on that. I feel like this is honestly going to be one of my favorite. So I'm just going to take this brush to kind of like buff everything out so it's not super harsh. Okay, so when I was at the store, it kind of slipped my mind to get blush. I think because Ulta didn't have any Morphe blushes. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be using an affordable blush. I'm going to be using the Nars Orgasm just because that's all I have at the moment. I want to try out more drugstore blushes. So I think that's what's next on like my purchase list when I go to buy more makeup. So I just saw Morphe also release this Dimension Effect highlighting stick. I'm going to try this on one side of my face, and then I'm going to try the palette on the other side of the face. I'm pretty sure the Morphe like powder highlights are really good. I'm not too sure about this one because this one is new. So we're going to go ahead and test this one out. This is in the shade Effect 2. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like a gold, like champagne-y kind of color. I liked this one the best, especially for my skin tone and kind of what I go for in a highlighter. Ooh, this is so nice. I didn't think I was going to like this because I don't really like highlighters in the form of a stick, but the glitter on this highlighting stick is not chunky. So it kind of gives you like a nice just glow, and it doesn't come off too blinding either. I know I kept applying some, but with just the one swipe, I wasn't really able to see how blinding it was, which is why I kept adding more. So I think even if you don't put on that much, this would be really good. I never really use highlighters in like a stick form, but this one's really good. Oh my goodness. I always forget this. Every time I'm coming close to like the highlighter blush, I forget to contour my nose. I don't miss out on contouring my nose, but it's always like one of the last steps, which I should be doing it when I'm doing the bronzer. Oh, there we go. There we go. All better. And then we're going to take the 8H palette and then we're going to go in with, I kind of want to do a little bit of the gold just because I'm doing like an orangey look on the eyes and I feel like this would look really nice. So I'm going to go in with Big Bang on the cheek. This gold. So pretty. Let's see if we add any more, if it can build. Oh, it's definitely buildable. Wow, this is so pretty. So just because I am trying out the palette, I'm gonna take Beam, which is this lighter color right here, and apply it on the tip of my nose. Kind of see how this one is. Ooh, I like that. I really like this color. Wow, I feel like none of these like highlighting shades are disappointing. I feel like every single one of the four is just like a perfect highlighting color. Okay, we're gonna do lips. I just found their lipsticks and their lip glosses. So this is in the shade Tempt. It is this nice like dark mauvey pinky color. So let's see how I like this one. I kind of wish that they made the lipstick just a little bit less wide just because my lips aren't like too big, so I really had to kind of angle it certain ways so that it doesn't go over. Ooh, but this color is actually really pretty. Honestly, Morphe is just killing it with all their products. I honestly thought that there were gonna be some like, you know, kind of products that were iffy, but I feel like I love all of them. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with the Morphe lip gloss in the shade Boho. I've tried their lip glosses before. They are long lasting. I would wear them for like an 8-hour shift at work and they don't budge. They don't feel sticky or anything like that. And I think the best part about it is that it's affordable. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the smell. I feel like the smell is just like a lip gloss, like artificial, like chemically smell. I do find that I do smell the smell throughout the day, but it's nothing that like is bothersome. I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This honestly I feel like is everybody's favorite setting spray. So I have 2 of these just because on an everyday basis I like to use this one versus the Urban Decay. I'll use the Urban Decay on more like special occasions. So this one is my next best setting spray, especially the smell of it. This just smells so good. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I honestly loved all the products. There wasn't anything bad I had to say about it, and I wanted to judge it like honestly and truthfully as if I were to use these products every day. And I can honestly say that I love all of them. Just in case you guys want to try out these products for yourself, I did leave them in the description below along with the prices. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications because I'm not sure when exactly I'll be posting, but I will be posting more videos for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.